it says sits upon 7 hills, 7 mountains, where the woman sits. So where the city, woman is a city, sits. And there are 7 sovereigns. 5 have fallen, and one is, and the other has not yet come. You got to pay close attention to this. We're making an application. I'm making an application here of the scripture. And the scripture tells us, here's the mind that has wisdom. Pay attention. Okay, there are 7 kings, sovereigns or kings. At the time of the revelation of this prophecy, 5 have fallen. This is what it's saying. So when Yahuwah begins to bring about an understanding of this final generation prophecy, 5 of the kings will have already fallen. And then it says one is, so one is reigning and one is still to come. So when the understanding of this was revealed, Yahuwah is saying one is reigning and one is still to come. And when he comes, he's only going to continue a short space. But then it does something really amazing because there's only 7. It says, verse 11, and the beast that was and is not is himself also the 8th. So the beast system is going to be the 8th one after the 7 are done. All have fallen. So 5 are fallen, one is, and one is not yet to come. And when it comes, it's going to continue a short space. So 7 of the kings must go down before the beast can take its position and begin to reign. I'm saying that DC, Washington, DC, is the proposed, I'm proposing as the city for this application of scripture. Okay? So then, who are the 7 kings? So we have this alliance. So I'm suggesting that these 7 kings begin their reign with Ronald Reagan, the first king of this city. Okay? First king of the city of Washington, D.C. from the time of this prophecy, from the time of this alliance. So let's count it out. All right? If Ronald Reagan is the first king, he's gone. He's deceased and no longer reigning. That's number 1. After Reagan came George Bush. I think George H. Bush, so Papa Bush Sr. Okay, that was number 2. After George Bush Sr. came the 3rd king, which would be Bill Clinton. All right, so we have number 3, Bill Clinton. Well, after Bill Clinton, from the time of this Holy Alliance between Vatican and old Rome, we have the next king after Clinton would have been George Bush Jr. So now that's 4 kings, and all 4 of them no longer can reign. They've all completed their term and can no longer be president, so they're fallen. Well, after George Bush Jr., we have coming up Barack Obama, okay, king number 5. So the scripture says that 5 have fallen. So at the time of this revelation, the time of the opening of this understanding, 5 would have already fallen and 1 is. And it was, and I'm just going to be very honest with you, it was during the time of the next king after Barack Obama was Trump, President Trump. Okay, yes. Donald J. Trump was when this understanding came to me. Okay. And I started saying, wait a minute, I'm seeing something here as I've been studying the revelations. Like, is it possible? Some people have said that these seven kings are popes. Okay, well, in a sense, okay, you might say that the presidents are popes because they're sitting on the on Mary's, on Rome, in Rome, they're presiding in that region. Okay. However, we're not going to call them popes, so we don't have any confusion. So they're kings, they're rulers. So Trump would make Donald Trump would make sovereign six.
Six.
And then it says, and one is yet to come. So that has already come, and that would be Joe Biden. Now, here's where it gets a little concerning. Okay? Because if this application that I'm making right here is correct, and time will tell, because I'm saying that what we possibly could be seeing here is these seven kings being the seven presidents from the time of the alliance with the Vatican, okay, to the present time. And if Joe Biden is king number seven, guess what that means? It means he's the last one. That's what that means. That's what this is saying. It means he's the last of the kings. And even though here we are preparing for a national election, okay, if this is how we're supposed to understand it, it means that neither Biden nor Trump will be elected. But what will be in its place will be the beast that comes from the bottomless pit, or the pit of the deep. It will be the beginning of that new world order that President George Bush spoke so eloquently of before, I believe it was before Congress and maybe even before the UN.